Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome into week 3 here of Patreon Watch Party. And we've got a banger today as we have ranked Stanford going on the road to the swamp to take on Dogwater and Florida. He's still trying to find his first win of his career over at Florida. So week 3 Watch Party, this is actually one of the best matchups in terms of team quality, talent-wise. That we've ever seen on Watch Party. So a bit of a treat here in week 3. As always, we are going to go through the rosters and then we'll jump into the game. And as always, guys, check out our affiliate over at Home Field, the best college apparel out there. Very comfortable, very affordable. You can use code SFA 15% off for every email you have, or you can use our link in the Discord or in the description and support us that way as well. All right, so we're going to start out with Stanford. This is Coach MLB Rules, a team that made the CFP last season, and they're led by senior redshirt quarterback Ryan Hawkins. Levi Takazaruni, the SFA player, the #1 quarterback in the class, was redshirted, so it's all up to Ryan Hawkins this year. At running back, they got Gary Barr, and fun fact, he won the Jet Award last season. We may also see a little bit of Brandon Lester as well. They got a very good fullback here, Sean Thompson. We'll see if that plays a part. And wide receiver, you got Eric Parrish, Jamal Jenkins, Tyrone Cobb, and Justin Hall. Really two good options, and the rest kind of fall off, and not a lot of speed here as well. At tight end, this is one of the better tight end rooms in the country. You got David Barnett and the SFA player Clyde Starr, the junior. And then the offensive line looks to be okay, nothing crazy. Remember, this is a team that just barely lost to UNC in week 1. They had a bye week last week, I believe. But a decent offensive line. On the defensive side, you got Dusty Cunningham, the true freshman. What a name. On the other side, Lance Burton. And in the middle, Tyree Skinner and Donnell Everson. At linebacker, Kerry Guillory. And then the season 12 #1 recruit in the class, Desmond Stryker. So two top players coming to Stanford in back-to-back years. He's up to a 92. And the right outside linebacker is Sean Ward. Out wide, not a very deep or very many people in this cornerback room. We'll probably see all of these guys today. And Riley and Doyle are about as good as it gets. And out back, you got James Wright, free safety, and strong safety is Lorenzo Nelson. So pretty weak secondary, if I do say so myself. And then the kicker is Jonathan Jenkins. He is 2 for 2 on the year. Not a lot of power, but very good accuracy. So now if we go up to Florida here, Coach Dogwater, remember, he has not been able to improve this team hardly at all. And after 2 straight losses, he has benched Justin Malone. So we will see Jared Johnson, the redshirt sophomore, making his first career start. So we'll see how he does today. Running back is Brandon Wilson and Corey Jackson. Wide receivers, you got Roderick Handy, Daniel Gunn, J.R. Mullins, and Mike Brooks. Tight end is Jamal Hopkins. This is the only impact who's able to make all off-season for his roster. The tight end from Michigan. They have another good tight end here, Ryan Horn, and Kirk Warren, who's redshirted. And the offensive line, I would say, is a little bit worse than Stanford's. They have some good pieces in some spots, bad in other. So I do give the edge on the offensive lines to Stanford. And then rushing the passer, Paul Godfrey, Trevor Miller, and in the middle, Tutu Tulip, the SFA player, and Jeff Hines. So I do give Florida actually the edge on the defensive lines. At linebacker, Aaron Owens, Corey Carter in the middle, and Chase Walters. Definitely got to give Stanford the edge at linebacker. And corners, they have a very good one here, David Rollins, and then Mario Weaver. Once again, a good secondary. So the defense is just, and in all facets, much, much better for Florida here on paper. As they got SFA player, in-game recruit here, Duke Archbishop III. This will be our first times checking him out. And then the kicker is SFA player Toto Sucky. 90 power, 93 accuracy. He's as good as it gets. So we'll see what he does today. Now, before anything gets spoiled, we will, I'm going to hide the screen here because bets are still active. Do not want you guys to get, me have to void all these bets. And I did see Dogwater wants all orange. And on paper, and check out game day tomorrow. um, on paper, this game is actually kind of equal. So Dogwater wants all orange. See if we can get them all orange. Yes, we can. All right, Stanford, as always, they're boring. Okay. So, just want to make sure. All right, we got people here. Welcome in our newest Patreon member, Coach Keat. As always, guys, you can talk as much you want during the game. Cryo, are you commentating with me?
I am, my friend. How are you?
Hello. All right, so me and Cryo will give you just baseline commentary like I do on game days. It's a lot less formal, and then just jump in anytime if you have something to say. Obviously, the VOD does go up on YouTube, so don't be dumb, right? But here we go. All right, Stanford and Florida. I mean, the SEC sucks this year, but we'll see who can get their first win.
I mean, yeah, two tails. You said that UNC beat Stanford in week 1, but they had that bye week. They could recuperate. And I was wondering if you had any matchups you were looking forward to. Because for me, it's James Hopkins versus Desmond Striker. I think that actually could be a really solid matchup just because of how Desmond Striker is leading that defense. But James Hopkins, he's such a good tight end. So, do you have any
Yeah.
other matchups that you're thinking of?
Well, as we saw Stanford last year in the CFP, they led pretty much wire to wire against Alabama and lost at the end there, and mainly because of this guy Ryan Hawkins. So his rushing ability and this new running back Gary Barr, how he is in the running game versus this front seven, that is going to make or break this game. As they're already coming out in 2 tight end sets here. First play of the game, Clyde Starr has those black sleeves. He's the SFA player. And the first play only goes for a yard. That's Gary Barr, the Jet winner from last year. So we're gearing up for second down now. And once again, under center, Ryan Hawkins, the quarterback. Remember, we are in the swamp, so hopefully Florida can play a bit better as they get a nice completion there. David Barnett, that is, I believe, one of the tight ends.
And yeah, you mentioned it. I think his ability to both run and pass with the ball makes him such a immediate dual threat that Florida has to be, clicking on all cylinders to contain Ryan Hawkins.
Yeah, and there goes Gary Barr. He gets a first down. A lot of speed.
That mascot is terrifying. Anyways, yeah, first.
Oh yeah, the Stanford mascot is terrifying. Just the whole branding for Stanford, I think, is really bad. As we get 3 broken tackles there for Sean Thompson. That is one of the top fullbacks in the country. So he's showing off his ability early on. And this is a very pro-style type of an offense. Love to play under center. Love the multiple tight end looks. You getting the fullback involved. As we're taking a throw here, that goes way out of bounds. Got a little pressure there off the edge. And Archbishop, he is number 25 on the defense for Florida. That's an SFA player, freshman guy from Jackie Moon. As Gary Barr gets another first down here. So 2 straight third downs running the ball. Florida looking like one-ply toilet paper early on.
And this is such a big game for both sides just to get back on track. I feel like definitely rough starts to the year, but I feel like a win here could sort of refresh the program and get them back to where they thought their expectations were going into the season.
Definitely is. We get a nice play there in the backfield by Jay Jones. Imagine the flex you have over people if your first name is just Jay. All right, deep drop here. Wide open man. That's going to be close to a first down. It's Eric Parrish, his first touch of the day. 3rd and 3 now. Really important for Florida to get off to a good start because you are 0-2. And we all know the SEC schedule doesn't get any easier. So getting to bowl eligibility, that is the goal for Florida in year one for Dogwater. As a short, we are good here. That was just a little bit of lag on my end. But yeah, that was 3 straight third down conversions on a run. Clyde Starr is in motion. Deep drop corner blitz, wide open man on the right side. Can he get to the end zone? No, they're going to push him out inside the 5. So the corner blitz did not work. They had no help over the top.
Hey.
Hello.
As Nick is currently falling downstairs in the booth behind us, so
Yeah.
we apologize.
Man is all right, so first drive, can they capitalize? Can they get the touchdown here? Hand off, Gary Barr, easy touchdown.
My hair, like, literally, look, because it got wet. So, like, it started.
We've got an appearance from Tara now.
Yeah. You not see it folding out?
Folding out?
I mean, for real.
Yeah,
I don't think Nick knows he's doing the VC.
That game is on BearCave, so that does not matter that was spoiled.
Oh, okay.
That is not a legit result.
I mean, that also is a good game, though. That UNC game for BearCave is going to be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah. I mean, Ohio State, they've been killing it with their freshman quarterback, Lance Malone. So, and then we'll see how Sirlaxis Brio does. But here comes the backup quarterback. So this is his first start of the season. Jared Johnson, plenty of time. Yams that one deep, and he connects. No, dropped.
Ooh. And I mean, to continue on what you were saying earlier, I mean, the tale of the freshman quarterback for the Power 5 teams that made the playoff last year, it's been an incredible story with not only, Ohio State, but also like a team like Clemson, the young people stepping up into that leader position. It's been really cool to see.
Oh, yeah. So, new roster for Dogwater. He's got to get that culture in there. He changed his playbook, oddly enough, a week ago. Desmond Stryker, he is the middle linebacker, number 55 for Stanford. He's the impact player. He makes a tackle right there, but it is a first down. That's Roderick Handy. As we're in the swamp here, we don't often travel to the swamp. It's been a while. It's always one of the best atmospheres. Sad this is not a night game. So already a decent drive here, but obviously down 7 already. You got to hope that you can bounce back. It's a nice run here for Johnson. Part of his game that Dogwater likes. And in their first 2 losses, it was really the offense that was the weak spot. So against UNLV, right, they only scored, 14 points, and one of those was a kickoff return. And I forget who they played last week, but similar result.
Yeah, offensive pains is definitely was a tale for Florida. Against UNLV, Randall Baker getting the interception. It's just the offense just wasn't clicking at all. Like a huge difference on the ability for UNLV to sort of like chew the clock and just force Florida to try and make plays, and they just couldn't. So
they get that one out there. Desmond Stryker on the tackle. Another first down. They're across midfield now. Here come the Gators. Both teams taking their time. We're already over halfway through this first quarter. So going to be a screen pass here. Nice play. Broken tackle. There's Brandon Wilson getting 7. Encouraging start to this new look offense.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, for this first drive, he's kept his composure, this backup quarterback from Florida. I've been relatively impressed.
Oh yeah, now.
Whoops, sorry boys. I didn't realize I wasn't muted.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We got a special appearance from Tara there.
My bad.
All right. So almost in the red zone here, Jared Johnson. Looking good here early. Handoff. He's going to keep it. Nice blocking there from the receiver. And he gets 6.
What's your opinion on Stanford? Just overall as a team, do you think they can come back after that week 1 loss, or is it going to be like an uphill road going forward?
I mean, they did cost me $170K in the sports book, so I'm not too pleased with Stanford. But they definitely, obviously, made the playoff last year. They were looking really good towards the end. Brought back the quarterback, right? And that's really the important part. Key players on defense. So they should be a factor in the Pac-12, but this would be a big win. First and goal. And there you go, tied up. So both teams getting touchdowns on their opening possessions. And
The one thing I'm liking from both teams is like you see they're going for like the big plays of what the defense is giving them, but they're really sticking to the run game, and that's what you're really seeing like a grind out game where both running backs are just pushing the ball like middle of the field, just straight up the gut. So it's gonna be a low scoring game probably, or maybe a defensive stop could make some change.
What? What are you talking
I
about? Low
don't think
scoring
so.
game?
I
It's
was
been
gonna.
2 fucking drives, touchdowns.
Yeah, I was gonna say, based on the last 2 game days,
Low scoring game.
this is an offensive explosion compared to the last 2 game days. We had a 20-17 and 20-14 game. I'm all for a high scoring game today. Now I will say,
Yeah.
I mean, they are bleeding clock though. Nice run.
I mean, you did have Charlotte week 1, but
yeah, that was a choice by you Patreon folks.
I feel like I'm listening to Vern Lundquist in the fucking box over there with Cryo over there.
Listen, my name is Nick Wright. Get it right, okay?
Oh, and the tackling his own man there, leading to a 2-yard loss. So here comes Florida's Duke Archbishop III, the SFA player, makes a tackle, gets off the block, and finds his way. Oh.
We're
Great
off to
play
a
there.
roaring start.
Yeah, great play there from Stanford. All right, 3rd and 13. And you can just hear these Florida Gator chants. I don't know what's worse, this or Rocky Top. Probably going to still say Rocky Top.
Bro, shut up. That's the best chant on college football.
All right, so a 3-and-out after a long touchdown drive from Stanford. So Dogwater looking good here early. Go
We're going to be hearing a lot of Rocky Top tomorrow.
All right, yeah, we definitely
A
will.
lot of it.
Are you good with the in-game Rocky Top, or do you want the band music?
I want the in-game Rocky Top.
Okay.
It's iconic. I don't need the.
All right.
I there's something about the piano music that just doesn't feel special. Something about the in-game
It's
music
not
feels
rocky
special.
enough.
Yeah, it's not rocky enough. It's too clean.
All right.
Yeah, honestly, it's fine. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear it tomorrow because Georgia Tech's gonna probably shut him out. But we'll
Brother,
see.
it doesn't
We'll
matter.
see.
We could let them gain 2 yards and we'd play it. It didn't really.
All right, handoff, and now as soon as Cryo jinxed it, now it's going to be low scoring.
That's what I'm here for. Commentator Chris.
3rd and 3. Can Florida get a first down? Keep the drive alive. Not a lot of people in the box on an obvious running down, as they're going to run it, get a first down. When you see 5 in the box, you just hand that bitch off, and it's going to be a first. Every
Yeah,
time.
I mean, Brenton Wilson's been really impressive too, making sure finding those open holes for good gains.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get delayed draw. That's where, and he just falls over. That's not going to get it done there. Lance Burton on the tackle. It's more so the left tackle.
Not there. Yeah, the offensive line just crumpled like I don't even know.
All right, 2nd and 13, last play of the first quarter. We're going to go out empty here. Jared Johnson, he's going to hand it off. And corner makes a play there. So a 3rd and long when we come back from the break. So 7-7 after 1. Decent game so far, back and forth. Felt like that first drive was pretty easy for Stanford, but Florida responded, so it should be good. Flipping the field now. All right, Johnson. And they're going to get to him. That's going to be a sack, and who else? But I thought it was Desmond Stryker. I was sorely mistaken. That was Donnell Everson. Those 6s look like 5s.
It's been really impressive. Donnell Everson really's shown his impact early in this game, so very, very good to see.
So after two straight touchdown drives, we got two 3-and-outs. Well, that one wasn't a 3-and-out. It was like a 6-and-out, but you catch my drift. So we're going to get a punt return here. Brandon Lester, the brother of Mo. Do you get that joke, Cryo?
Yeah. I kind of just didn't want to acknowledge it, but you forced me to. So
There we go. All right. Jamal Jenkins gets the slant. Is Dogwater watching? Is he here? Or is he still working?
unfortunately, not. He's still working, I believe.
He didn't want to come to the slaughter.
Yeah, I think he kind of knew what the outcome was going to be. So
Hawkins finds some room. He gets 7. I mean, Florida's putting up a good fight. On paper, this is a good team. This is always the weird thing about the SEC is like more normally, unless you're like Vanderbilt, the teams that are very, very bad in that league typically are good on paper. So when we watch them, they tend to put up a pretty good performance. As Gary Barr gets 6 here.
Vanderbilt might be the single hardest school to like actually rebuild from the ground up, genuinely, because they just they're guaranteed only going to win 3 games or less every single year.
I mean, it's going to be interesting. You know, recently they got a new coach. So I mean, 1-1 to start the season. It's been a culture shock there, a cultural change.
They will finish 2-10. Do not worry.
There is a good chance that they do finish 2-10. I'm interested. I'm a fan of Coach Neggs. I think that
It was
he can.
yeah.
And listen, I sold Vanderbilt stock, and he got mad at it, and they immediately lost by 30 the next game. So,
yeah, that is. I normally tell everybody that within 2 or 3 SFA seasons, you can get any team in the country to at least a bowl game after 2 seasons. But for Vanderbilt, it's probably 3 or 4.
Vanderbilt is definitely the exception in that rule, for sure.
So 3rd and 1. Nice pocket. He's flown that bitch. That's Clyde. That's Clyde Starr, the SFA player for 22. Those black sleeves.
really good out route. That linebacker just had no idea where he was going with that. So, very, very good play by Clyde Starr.
Yeah, he's cooking the defense here. And now they're inside the 10. Offset eye here. Are they going to give it to Gary Barr again? They fake it to him. The blitz picks it up, delivers a strike, and they're not going to give him the touchdown down at the 1. David Barnett.
Looks like it's going to be a running back tush push, as we call it. You know, seems like they're going to goal line stand maybe.
Yeah, they got 3. Fullback dive. Sean Thompson into the end zone. Stanford takes the lead.
And I mean, you called it. Sean Thompson getting involved early, especially on those goal line situations, is probably, you're going to see that a lot if they ever get into the red zone like that.
Oh, yeah. Avoid. Oh, I avoided it.
Look at you go, huh? Look at you go.
We don't have to avoid that game. We'll take it. No voided games yet.
Can you just skip through those?
If I'm there before it, jam in A, then sometimes.
You could always just like have like a black overlay on top of everything through OBS.
Yeah.
And just throw that up.
I'll do that on extra points. I'll throw up the game day graphic to promote game day.
There you go.
Yeah, Nick used to be a streamer back in the day, so he knows his stuff.
I have to be ready for it. That's the problem. All right, here we go, Florida. Or what's the Dak Prescott? Is it here we go?
Yeah, here we go.
All right, third and 7. Definitely feel like a punt here would put Florida kind of in a very tough spot. You gotta respond here, like they did in that first drive. Dump that off. That's gonna be a first down. Desmond Stryker couldn't keep him. Mike Brooks with the first.
And I mean,
we are gonna beat this Florida team by 80.
If by some miracle Florida wins, it'd be a great win against Stanford. You know?
I mean, you know, all this talk from a guy in 2 weeks has scored 3 points.
Okay, buddy. We've also only allowed 21 points in 2 weeks, so if you want to go there, we can. I'm the he's only averaging 1.5 points a game here.
I listen. My starting quarterback didn't get a boo boo, so he was able to play his game. So it's debatable, but
It will be interesting to see if Georgia Tech wins that game tomorrow. Man, that'll be interesting. But I think I have to favor Tennessee as you get a nice
It's
float. That's going to be
also
a first.
all still on the table for us, even if we do lose, because we still haven't hit conference play though. So there, even if
That's
we
true.
lose tomorrow, it's not dead. You know, the hope's still not dead.
That's true. I mean, you could lose all 4 of your non-con games, go 8-4, and still probably make the playoff if you win your league. At 9-4, you're probably getting ranked. So, non-conference games do not matter.
I mean, if it didn't really, oh yeah, I guess that would we have to be ranked as well. But I mean, if 10-3, Georgia Southern was ranked, surely to go at 9-4, Tennessee would be ranked.
Yeah, I think a Power 5 team, you'd have to be the 8-5 to start potentially not getting ranked. I think 9-4 still does it. As you get dump off here, he goes out of bounds. Great awareness there, Brandon Wilson.
of course, yeah, I think out of conference matters more for those G5 teams. Just getting a high record, it's like cause of that auto bid, but yeah, no, I think P5 you don't have that. You have more leeway into getting in the playoff.
100%. And Striker misses that tackle, but they clean him up. Looks like Dogwater has brought Tucson to Gainesville here. The
This guy.
terrible team. I just like my Florida Slanders. We're yamming it deep. Oh my, almost picked. So are they going to go for the field goal? They are. It's going to be a 45-yarder from right hash. This guy is Toto Sucky, the SFA player. He has the leg. He has the accuracy. And right between the wickets here.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, though, because 3 of 4 for third down conversions until that. They had a chance, but what a great deflection by that Stanford cornerback. So good defense to stop. Florida definitely needs to stop here if they want to, keep Stanford on the ropes.
Oh, yeah. So Stanford now has a 4-point lead. Like I was talking about earlier, Stanford led wire to wire against Alabama. They didn't lose that lead until like a minute left. And they looked dominant. So plenty of time for Stanford to screw up here. Hawkins floats that one. It's just a throwaway. Decent start for Hawkins. And he's got more of the 2 tight end sets here, both on that left side. They're going to hand it that way. Power. Stretch. 8 yards. Gary Barr. What a weird way to spell Gary.
I thought originally, when I looked that up, I thought it was Jerry. Didn't know his name was said Gary.
Well, it's a G, so, I mean, it could be Jerry, but it would be a unique way as they give him a spot. Oof, that was a home spot here.
A little bit of a Bikram yoga stretch, as Kobe Bryant called it.
Yeah, that was a...
You mean a home spot? They're the away team.
Yeah. Got 2 fullbacks now, and dumping it off to Thompson. Oh, what a move. He jukes the linebacker out of his shoes, gets 6.
Yeah. As we welcome in coach of your Florida Gators, Coach Dogwater.
The defender might as well have center blocks for feet, so I don't know if it was all that impressive.
Okay, bro.
2nd and 4. Oh, and they didn't get faked out at all by the play action. Sack. That's Tutu Tulip, the SFA player, getting his first sack of the day with those elbow pads.
Yeah, I like that gear. Make him looks like a WWE wrestler.
As here come the Gator chants. It was silent for a little bit. So we got 3rd and 12. This is massive here. Remember, Florida does get the ball after halftime. Only 4-man rush on the run, and that goes to nobody. So they keep the timeouts. 2 minutes, 31 seconds on the clock. Everything coming up Florida.
And I mean, if Florida scores here, that's a great two scoring opportunity because you said that they get the ball at half.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very, very good situation for Florida to be in.
Well, I mean, I think you'd rather have the lead, but I'm sure this 0-2 team will take it.
It's the best they can do, honestly. Like,
Yeah. All right. So Jared Johnson, he's been pretty good, but they need to get a drive together, get back plus territory. Here he is. Play action fake, floating that, and that's going to be a first. Nice little throw there. Andy brings it in, his second catch. So across the 50 now, 9 for 12 to open it up. That's going to be a handoff that goes nowhere. Brandon Wilson, he's struggled since that opening possession, now averaging less than 3 yards a carry. 2nd and 9 now, clock still running. No timeouts taken yet. Pistol. Handoff again, it's a counter play. He finds some room, breaks a tackle, stretches forward. They give him the first down. Here come the Gators. Inside the 40 now. Handoff and hit by 2 linebackers going down. Clock still running. No timeouts being taken. They're not even hurrying to the line, so just business
it seems
as
like
usual.
I think they're fine with taking the field goal here. They're sort of like just chewing the clock, making sure Stanford doesn't have another chance at getting points before half.
Oh, nice broken tackle there, and it's opening up. Oh, a stiffy. There he goes. Brandon Wilson, touchdown, Florida Gators.
Bingo!
What a run.
That 2 great stiff arms. My goodness, what?
That was a thing of beauty. The broken tackle first, and then the stiff arm pushing him into all the other defenders, tripping them.
There we go. Good run, Brandon Wilson. Coming
right.
back, he's had a few mishaps when it comes to, rushing for 1 or 2 yards in one of the few plays. But hey, you know what? Florida has the lead. Can Stanford get points on the board before they give it the ball at half? That's the main question we have to look at.
So we have a studio update. Oh, this game is good. Oh, this one's going to be a banger. All right, we're back.
Clearly, you saw UNLV versus Utah State, and I appreciate you seeing that game, but
I don't think they'd cut away from an SEC game to check up on the Mountain West.
oh, well, let me have hope, please. All right.
All right. So now Stanford faced their first deficit of the day after the long touchdown run from Florida. And a massive breakthrough there from Tulip again. 2 straight plays for him getting into the backfield. Loves the shot here from the low budget team.
Yeah,
right.
Gary Barr, after doing really good, his yards per rush attempt is not looking too good. The rushing is not really going anywhere.
And it looks like they're content just taking this one to the half. They're not calling their timeouts. They're not throwing the ball, but they are hurrying it up here. So maybe getting it the old college try as he floats that. That's going to be a first down as he's hit by Duke Archbishop III. So now we're up around yam range, about 30 seconds, 2 timeouts. Stanford could definitely make something of this. Remember, their kicker has low power, so they probably need about 40 yards still to be in realistic range, and that's not going to do it for you. So 60 yards away.
They realistically can probably have one big play at timeout and then possibly a yam. I don't think they're going to be in field goal range.
Broken tackle there, and he's still on. He's going backwards even more. That goes nowhere for Ryan Hawkins. As Florida now is taking timeouts. They want the ball back. Dogwater getting aggressive, feeling his defense. And dumps that one off. That was risky. Gary Barr, is he out of bounds? No, Florida takes that timeout, so they are going to have to punt. And depending on the return, Florida will now be in yam range.
I mean, hey, punt return touchdown by Florida to end the half.
Oh, man. As he completely misses the ball. And oh, that almost stopped at the 1. Very interesting. I don't know if he lost in the lights or what, but Florida misses an opportunity right there. Is now they have 1 play to get into yam range. Think they're probably just going to run the ball. And that's what they do with the quarterback. Let's see, does he do something? No. No one's calling timeouts either, so that is going to end the half here in Gainesville. 17-14, the Gators lead Stanford. Oh boy. So now all of a sudden you look at Stanford, if they start 0-2, how is that going to affect the Pac-12?
It is very interesting, and also I mentioned in the Mountain West Tribune, but Stanford's in the running for five-star safety Gogo Lanes, and what an
Ooh,
embarrassment this game would be for Gogo to possibly not go there. Because I mean, Washington's on their list too as their biggest candidate, but Stanford's right there
that's
along the
true.
lines of UNLV and I believe USC. So that's going to be interesting.
That's true. Recruits are always watching these games, so very important to always put on a good showing, even in a loss. And that's what Florida's doing so far. I mean, a lot more balance here for Florida. Stanford's been all passing. They've not been able to get that running game going, and that's what is their bread and butter. So, see if they can correct that. Florida will get the ball after halftime.
And you know what my favorite site is, TC? Patreon.com/the SFA,
Ooh.
where you can support the SFA on multiple levels. Give TC money.
Cook.
Let's do it.
Cook. You threw a wrench in there. I thought you were gonna go for the home field plug, but we'll take the Patreon plug.
I gotta
As we
keep
get
you
an
on your
injury
toes.
here,
Whoa.
Andrew Small holding his midsection there.
That was the week 1 hero against UNLV to give him the quick start.
I don't know if you can call a Florida Gator
I'm
a
not
hero
a week 1
in
hero, but
a
a standout. Kind of.
31-14 loss. Yeah,
But he did get
the only capable guy.
the only guy on offense in week 1 against UNLV. So, saying as he is a cornerback, but
And a strained pectoral. Dogwater gets a taste of his own medicine. Looks like Stanford is. Oh, what a hit! James
oh my,
Hawkins.
jeez. But there's an injury on that play. Oh my god.
What a hit. Boof. And there's the transfer from Michigan. James Hawkins holds on to it. The only player Dogwater's been able to bring in, so you would have liked him to use his budget a little better in the transfer portal, but at least getting at least one guy.
You can say that with like a bunch of people though. Transfer portal is definitely one of the harder things to learn whenever you go into it. So it's definitely is a struggle for some people, but you know what? I believe that it's still a great addition.
Yeah, and 3 now after going to half up 3. Definitely not the start or the way they envision this half starting out. So we'll see Stanford does on their first possession now, as they are going to start out with great field position at around midfield here. 45 to be exact. Hawkins comes back out. Can they establish a run? I mean, look at all these guys hovering around the line. There's 8 there. They're going to get a handoff. Gary Barr, he goes nowhere. This defensive line just penetrating, getting off their blocks, getting first contact in the backfield.
Yeah, the thing that's disappointing from Florida on an offensive perspective, I mean, they really got aggressive and tried to pass the ball coming out of the half. I mean, if I was Florida, I would commit to the run. That time of possession's the way it is because they have the advantage in that run game because Brandon Wilson's been really, really good. Most of that rush yardage on that 30-yard run for the touchdown. So, interesting call going all pass coming out of the break.
As that's going to be short of the line to gain. And so a 3 now here from Stanford as well, unless they get aggressive, which they are not going to. So change from last year where they got aggressive at midfield against Alabama and what some people think is what led to that loss. As calling the fair catch at the 10. Interesting strategy right there. He's not letting it go. So Florida starts out at their own 11.
Should have got distracted in the lights and let that hit the end zone, but that's just my opinion.
All right, Johnson, man in motion. Gonna hand it off to the receiver. He goes backwards. He's still going backwards and loses 2. J.R. Mullins. That's Donnell Everson again getting through to the backfield. Got hit by the edge rusher.
Really good day by Everson so far, I think it was like 3 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for loss, Very, very good game.
And outside the one long run, both run defenses have been very good today. As we're going to get another one here, Brandon Wilson, and he only gets about 6. So cutting the yardage in half here, and 3rd and manageable now. 50% on 3rd down. Jared Johnson has been pretty good here at quarterback today, taking over for Malone. Only a 4-man rush. Dumps that off short, and it's dropped. It would have been short anyways, so 3 straight 3-and-outs to start the half. Here comes the punter now. Looks like they're gearing up for a return. And Stanford, they're going to start with even better field position, starting on the plus side of the 50. It's 1st and 10 here for Ryan Hawkins. End around time, a little trickery here as he reverses his field, goes straight up the gut, gets 5 from Eric Parrish. Normally they take that outside the tackle to the edge, but he just turned that right up field. So that was interesting. 2nd and 5 now. Once again, they love being under center. As quick 3-step drop delivers a strike on the slant. That's going to be a 1st down. Jamal Jenkins again. He has 2 catches, both on a slant. It's 1st and 10 now. I formation. They're stacking the box once again. Hand off, and he's still going, still pushing. Gets about 9. We kind of lost him in the pile, but comes out the other end with 9. Nice carry there for Gary Barr.
Yeah, and just like that play, you hope Stanford's O-line can just keep up, kind of, hit or miss coming out of the half, but it looks like they've bounced back after a few 3-and-outs, so interesting.
We got start in motion, another handoff for Gary Barr, and this is one of those interesting depth chart moves as you take a guy who wins the Jet last year, is known more as a return man, and normally those kind of guys transfer, but they finally gave him a chance this season as the starter, and looking to be pretty good as he reverses his field here, and he cuts up, gets about 7 more. So 2nd and 3 now, as they're definitely in field goal range, tie this game up, but they're looking for the lead.
And I mean, Gary Barr, man, he wants that contact. He wants to fight for those extra few yards. You can clearly see it when he does it. So very impressive game by him so far.
And they blitz. They get it off to the tight end. He gets some blocks, and that's going to be a touchdown for Barnett. Stanford retakes the lead. Love the downfield block in there.
That was just perfect route running and perfect route management for that blocking for that touchdown. Beautiful play call by MLB rules.
So, to avoid any potential spoilers, check out Game Day tomorrow. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, we are back.
Look at TC learning, huh? Making sure no more spoilers.
Yes, that's definitely a good shout. I should make a home field graphic and throw that up there. I might just do that.
Just in the middle of BearCave, just have that pop up during one of the streams.
Well, I could throw that up at halftime, but mainly just for watch party streams. As we get a nice floater. Oh, triple coverage. That was the worst throw of the day for Jared Johnson. He lives to find another down, but then once again, they find themselves trailing. About 12.5 minutes left here in Game Day. And he has plenty of time. Dumps this off to the running back and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. But now a 3rd long incoming. It's 3rd and 10 now. Man in motion. That's Wilson. They only bring 4. He delivers a strike. He gets to his man. What a cut! He breaks a tackle. He's still going across the 50. Roderick Handy gets 27. He gets a nice release there, cuts inside on the slant, cuts upfield, breaks the Desmond Stryker tackle attempt. Big play there. That got the crowd back into it. Gators are looking to feast here across the 50. They're going to throw it again. Offensive line has been looking good as fullback gets involved. Gary Denman gets a loss of one there. Desmond Stryker on the tackle. Or that was definitely not Desmond Stryker. I don't know what I'm looking at. 2nd and 11 now. Johnson delivers that one quickly and once again connects over the middle. Daniel Gunn this time. That's his first catch of the day. So Florida is finding some holes in the middle there of the zone. Striker up to 6 tackles. That left side's so open. Please just run a handoff. They moved the extra blocker. Never mind. They're going to throw the ball. Throws a drag route there over the middle. And that's going to be a first down to Ryan Horn. So Gators are responding well on this drive after giving up the lead. Inside 35 here. Back to the pistol. 2 running backs. Handoff faked. Johnson's going to keep it. He cuts up field and he falls forward for 4. Gators up over 100 yards now.
And you're seeing this a lot with Florida today. They're controlling the clock. And against a really, really tough Stanford team, that's what you need to do to win this game.
And the offensive line is cooking, and they get it out to Wilson, who's definitely been their best offensive player today, and he gets another first down. He's up 16 yards through the air. So just outside the red zone here, in the swamp. This is a full house, and handoff to Denman. He cuts upfield, doesn't get much. Maybe a yard.
And with how good Jared Johnson is doing, I mean, there were rumblings in Florida's camp that Garrett Gamardo was going to get a look or two. So with how good Jared Johnson's doing, maybe he has defeated that narrative.
Maybe. I don't think Coach Dogwater wants to pull the trigger and lose that red shirt on a 71 overall when he has 3 80-plus quarterbacks to choose from. So, wise choice there from Dogwater.
I was going to say the same thing, but
3rd and 14. And bring the corner. And not going to get it. So, are they going to bring out Toto Sucky? Yes, they are. So, this is going to be a 38-yard field goal attempt now. Last play of the 3rd quarter. And it's good. So, game day, folks. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. So we avoid the spoilers of these games.
Interesting question. Who do you have in that game? I mean, Tennessee's coming off sort of what people call a fraudulent loss just because their starting quarterback got hurt. But I mean, Georgia Tech, they've been looking really good these first 2 weeks.
It's going to be interesting because you have Tennessee who always chokes on game day. They always suck. They always pitch the ball backward, Or
we know the famous play.
Or do you go with Georgia Tech and Marco Schroeder, who is a complete fraud at quarterback? He's never good when we watch him. So it's just, pick your poison. I'm actually going to give the edge probably to Tennessee just because they proved that they could get a win in the playoff last year. That Bishop Moore was finally clutch. He has a good relationship and good chemistry with Jake Laxton III at tight end. So, and they are the tied for the most talented roster in the country now. So, I think Tennessee finds a way to get a win. But an 0-2 Tennessee would be hilarious. Just continue the SEC sucks narrative here. As
as a volunteer for the downfall, I'd be all for it.
And big start here for Stanford here. First play. They're up 1 as we head to the 4th quarter. 21-20. It's been a very back and forth game. Nobody's really controlled it for more than, a few drives, the momentum. We haven't seen any turnovers. Very clean game here in the swamp. Definitely some chances to change that. As we're going to audible from 2 tight end set here. And gonna take off, and Archbishop the third knocks Hawkins out. He's gonna get himself a sack from the safety position. Great performance here from the freshman. And here comes the Gator theme song. You gotta think, is the humidity, the stickiness getting to these Stanford players? Definitely different from that California climate. You just know it's hot and sticky down the field and just a nasty place to play. As it's going to be third long now. 60% on third downs. Definitely a chance here for Florida to get the ball back. Man in motion, out wide, 101. Nice release. Ryan Hawkins delivers a strike, one-handed grab, but Parrish is going to be short. So here's that situation again, just like in the CFP last season. Is Stanford going to get aggressive and go for it when they have the lead? Man, the crowd is blasted. No, they bring out the punt team, so they may have learned their lesson from last year. They went for it in a similar spot. They don't get there, and they angle this towards the sideline. We are going to get a return. Gets back past the 20 there, David Rollins. So Florida gets the ball back yet again, a chance to retake the lead. A little bit over 7.5 minutes left here in a watch party of week 3. And Johnson keeps it. He has some room on the outside. He cuts in. The agility not all there, but he made it work. 2nd and 4. Split back sets. Brandon Wilson, definitely the target. He goes out for a route again. And he goes to him. We've really not seen Jared Johnson attack deep. He's made it, maybe thrown it deep maybe 3 times out of his 22 passes, but high completion percentage. Not a lot of yards, but, you know, his first career start here. Easing into the offense as they go on a very, very bad call, going for the edge rush. Dusty Cunningham gets him down in the backfield. That play just never had a chance. 3 and out for the Gators.
And let's be honest, the one time Jared Johnson went deep, it should have been an interception by Stanford. Unfortunately, the guy dropped it, but we'll see. We'll see if they can get a defensive stop. Ooh.
So now Stanford, or now Florida is going to have to once again lean on the defense to get a stop. Now, the good thing is, even if they do give up a touchdown, there's still plenty of time, and even if they do score, it'll still be a one-possession game. So, Florida still very much in this game. As number 19 Stanford tries to put it away. Gonna hand off to Barr to the short side. He does turn the corner. Gets 6. Thought that would be a negative game there as we get a pan over the swamp here. A lot less water than I was anticipating. But 2nd and 4 now, and that's the play I was expecting. Gary Barr gets smoked in the backfield. Duke Archbishop the third.
I swear TC's trying to make me not be a co-commentator with these jokes. Anyways.
Hey, I gotta.
They're like dad jokes, but like uncle jokes. That's how
bad they are. As you get a blitz and they call the screen. Gotta make that tackle. Gary Barr. No, he stopped short. But once again, up around the 50, is Stanford going to get aggressive? No, they're not. Punt team coming back out yet again. I know Coach MLB Rules is probably rolling over in his grave right now. He's like, man, got to go for that. I don't know why. And okay, we're in the 6-minute offense now, so they're going to start running the clock out. Interesting, because they have the lead. Might as well shorten the game. Interesting. So can they angle this one? Back him up. He is going to return this. He does not quite get to the 20. So small. He is back in the game here after that strained pectoral. Remember, Dogwater and his teams are known for causing pectoral injuries. It only is fair that he gets some. 1st and 10 here. Handoff. That's Wilson. Gets about 3. All right, this is where you This is where you turn a bad team into a bowl-eligible team. You got to grind out these close games. Can Florida do it? They're at home. The game's within reach. You have the ball. This is a must-win at this point. Who cares how quality the team is across from you? You have the opportunity. So 3rd and 5, just under 4.5 minutes. All they need to do is get into Toto Sucky range, which is about a 50-yarder. That's a bad throw. Jared Johnson misses his man on a critical 3rd down, and the punt team comes out. I'm sick. What a bad attempt.
And this makes you think.
Oh,
Was benching Justin Malone the move?
I don't know.
That you hate to see that type of throw.
That'll be speculated, as now Stanford's going to start out around the 50, and they're going to be running that 4-minute offense with this run-first team. They could very much end this game right here. A couple of first downs, grinding out the clock. They're in that 4-minute mode. So Florida now on their back foot. They got to get a stop. They're going to throw it here, though. Deep drop from Hawkins. Dumps that off to Barr. He doesn't get much, only about 3. Second and 7 now. Great day here for Ryan Hawkins. High formation. They're stacking the line there with those defensive backs. Flipping the play from Hawkins. Just going to let this clock run. Shorten the game. Going to force Florida to start burning those timeouts. Be huge for Florida if they can get some penetration here. Barr, he pushes forward, and they're going to call him short. What an effort from Gary Barr, though. He got first contact at the line of scrimmage, turned it into 6. So now Florida, if they can
be a huge stop for Florida.
Yeah, they need this stop right here, otherwise they're going to have to burn the timeouts. Hand off, and oh, the guy tripped. There goes Barr down the sideline. Bishop brings him down. That very well could be the game.
Yeah, that has to be the killing blow for Florida. You hate to see that.
So now Florida, though, they gotta get a stop here, use their 3 timeouts, and force a field goal. Still plenty of opportunity. It's just now gets a little bit harder. Instead of getting the ball back with 2 minutes, all your timeouts, and only needing a field goal, then you're probably gonna have no timeouts and need a touchdown. So it gets a lot harder here, but they gotta still get the stop, and that's not gonna do it. And they're going to give him the first down. Gary Barr is going to end the game here. I mean, if you're Florida at this point, giving up the touchdown is the best case scenario. You could still tie it up. Ryan Hawkins, he takes off. Are they going to let him in? He slides. Veteran move there by Ryan Hawkins, not just taking the easy touchdown. Got 2 minutes left.
And I mean, if Stanford's smart, they're just going to chew out this clock until the very end.
Yeah, Gary, he's going to go down there, 3rd and 3. Remember, they can still get a first down without a touchdown. If they somehow manage, that would end the game. Now, Florida, even if they get a stop here, they can still get the ball back with about 1:20 left.
Only 3 down linemen. That's spelling trouble if they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, and they're going to just run this clock out.
I mean, if a 4th down stop here, you still can't get the ball back and have a chance to win, so.
Hand off to Barr out wide, and a big hit from Archbishop III. He stops Gary Barr straight in his tracks. They're going to have to bring out the field goal unit. Go, Gators.
It's so stupid.
All right. So Florida's going to have 40 seconds in a dream.
I mean, there is a chance. Maybe a miss.
It'd be so funny if they miss this.
If Stanford misses this, I'm going to laugh uncontrollably.
All right, so to take a 4-point lead here, the kick is up, and it is good. So Ryan Hawkins leading that drive along with Gary Barr. Extends the lead. Now they need a touchdown, but 40 seconds, man. Are we going to see some heroics from Florida?
I mean, it really falls I just don't know. It's just
All right, Andrew Small gets out. So 36 seconds, plenty of time. It's just you don't have a timeout. So
I mean, Jared. I mean, if we're talking about legacy drives, Jared Johnson, that this is your moment.
yeah, first career start. He's gonna have to stretch the field. He does it here, and they call him out of bounds. Just a little bit too far. No review incoming either. That would have been a great start because it would stop the clock. Remember, if it's inbounds, it has to be a first. They're throwing it deep again. This time he hits his man, and he goes out of bounds. What a throw. 25 seconds left across the 50. Here come the Gators. They're making this a game.
And this, look at that opening in the seam. What a great throw by Jared Johnson, finding the opening. I mean, hey,
43
like I said,
yards away.
this is your moment, Jared.
Here come the Gators. 25 seconds left. You just got to avoid that devastating play that takes the time off the clock. Like a sack! He floats it, and out of bounds again. These receivers aren't helping anybody. Get that foot in, you barnacle.
Yeah, that was just a really bad play by the
That
wide
was
receiver.
on the wide receiver, man. Heartbreak. So now here comes Florida. Over the middle, he has his man! And touchdown, Florida! 43 yards! J.R. Mullins gives him the lead!
Are you kidding me?
Wide open!
The Stanford defense is just non-existent. No one over the top to cover that deep threat. What are we doing? Florida might have a chance of win. I mean, Stanford needs a miracle to get this win now.
Disaster! Disaster for Stanford.
The Stanford stumble is happening in real time, folks. I don't know what to do.
I can't believe it. What the heck?
I don't. What just happened?
Well, this is exactly what happened to Stanford in the CFP. They led wire to wire against Alabama until the final minute. They gave up a deep throw on a crossing route like that to Robbie Reese, who oddly enough was number 11 as well.
Okay.
I'm not even joking. It's almost exact same thing that just happened in the CFP has happened to Stanford again. They led wire to wire, and then after some shenanigans, they lose to an SEC team here. Now, it's not over. 2nd and 15 here. 7 seconds left. We've seen crazier. Ryan Hawkins, well, that's not going to do it, buddy. You got to throw the ball. So 3rd and 20 here. 4 seconds left. We're going to see how far Ryan Hawkins can throw it. I don't think he has an 86-yarder in his bag of tricks here. We'll see what they can do.
3rd and 20, more like 3rd and prayer. Let's see what he can do.
3rd and 20. Ryan Hawkins. He's going to yam it deep. And it is tipped around. And it drops incomplete. 000 on the clock. The Florida Gators come back to win. And Dogwater gets his first career victory here at home in his first home game as the head man for the Gators. Unbelievable ending drive there. Great game from Brandon Wilson. And how about Duke Archbishop III making the game-saving hits, a couple of sacks on defense. What a great win for the Florida Gator and definitely breathing life into this program.
And I mean, if you're MLB rules,
Heartbreak.
how do you respond to this? I mean,
Heartbreak.
That was the definition throughout that entire drive. Even the plays that didn't count because the wide receivers were just cheeks, just blown coverage over and over. Like, listen, Jared Johnson, welcome to the SFA. My goodness, what a legacy drive he just had.
You had a Stanford, they had a very close loss to UNC, and now they come down here to the Swamp after a bye week, and an extremely close loss. Another heartbreaking 0-2 start for another contender. Both Stanford, Alabama are 0-2. Florida was 0-2. This season has been wild already. A lot of parity so far. So let's check out what happened here. Gary Barr opened it up, right? Brandon Wilson responded. And then that great run by Brandon Wilson kept them in it at the end of the half. And it was kind of all Stanford. And we thought Stanford's going to grind it out and win, but they gave them 40 seconds, and that is how it goes. Let's check the stats here. Jared Johnson, his first career start, 1 touchdown pass, 218, 71% completion. Very, very good game for him. And the running, you would have liked it a little bit better. Remember, without that one long run from Brandon Wilson, he was averaging very, very little yards per carry, just over 2 yards carry. And wide receivers, I mean, it was mainly check down city all day until the end there. But he did spread it around to quite a lot of people.
How about J.R. Mullins, the freshman? Wow.
Archbishop III, he had 4 TFLs from the safety spot. He had 2 tackles from Tutu Tulip and Duke, so 3 of your 4 sacks were SFA players. No turnovers today, like we said, and only 1 deflection from, obviously, Duke, Archbishop III. What a great player. And then we'll check out Stingford here. Ryan Hawkins, the redshirt senior, starts out 0-2. Once again, he had a great day, but just not enough. That offensive running game was the problem. This is a run-first team. They just couldn't get Gary Barr really going. Ryan Hawkins as well. He couldn't find room at all. He's normally used to running for a lot of yardage. Parrish had a decent day, but not much else. A lot of sacks, giving up a lot of pressure. And on defense, I mean, they just gave up too much. I don't know what to tell you. Those big plays, giving up 2 big plays there. No interceptions or anything. Deflections, got a couple. And that is how the cookie crumbles. And that is where we'll end Watch Party. So join us tomorrow for game day. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And VOD will be available here in a couple of minutes for you guys once it uploads. Peace. All right. What a crazy game, man. Jeez.
Dogwater in VC chat goes, revenge, revenge, revenge. Fuck you, Stanford.
Oh, my God. That was wild.
Just to think he's a sophomore, too. Dogwater has his quarterback. Look at that. That's a storyline it wasn't on my bingo card, but look at Dogwater go. I'm proud of him, man.
I was roboting?
Like once or twice.
Okay.
The one time you caught it, and then one time when you were explaining like how Stanford's defense sucks, it kind of roboted a little bit.
Gotcha. All right.